Imposter syndrome, a hot topic in healthcare right now. Everybody's talking about it. Hello, I'm Marinda Nelson. I help healthcare providers go from bored and burned out to truly doing what they love. And a common topic that comes up as people are up leveling their life and their positions, this imposter syndrome piece. And I want to talk first about what imposter syndrome is not. When you start looking up definitions or descriptions of imposter syndrome, you're going to see things like it is a self perpetuating cycle of insecurity, perfectionism, and then procrastinating or postponing what you're doing. And then when you finally do take that action, because you've done such a great job and you put so much energy into it, and then you finally did it, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, that's amazing." And so then you feel like you need to live up to that expectation again. And so instead of helping people truly from your heart because you know that you are a resource for your industry and for your patients and for your staff and for your colleagues, now you just won't do anything at all. That's not what I'm seeing. Or we see that it is somebody with their box of books and their pictures and their certificates and their degrees walking into the room, right? Walking into their new corner office. And oh shit, what if somebody finds out I don't know what I'm doing? So put in the comments when you think of imposter syndrome in healthcare, what do you think of? What have you experienced? What have you heard? I also used to talk about imposter syndrome as it being something to be eliminated. And as I spend more time with clients, as I spend more time researching this, what I'm realizing is that imposter syndrome is simply people wanting to do a good job. That's why you got into this industry, because you want to help people and you want to do the best job you can of helping people or leading people so that they can help other people. I'm not seeing this be an abstract, weird, simply because of insecurity thing. One of the opportunities that we have in healthcare is that so often you kind of just get thrown into a thing. It's like a sink or swim thing. So, one of the things that we work on when you work with me, one of the six skills that we master that you're already doing, but we master them even to a higher level is training, leading by example and training your team and really helping them feel confident. So, as leaders, as mentors, making sure to build that space in. I worked with a clinic that it was 2 days of training, whether you were on the job taught and you were brand new, or whether you had been in the industry and been an intake technician or nurse for a while. But that's still not enough time to learn what each doctor wants or how their system works or how they document it or where the chart goes or patient flow or what you want the practice to feel like, how you want those interactions with the providers to go, with the patients to go, how your practice documents for your billing team. There's so much that goes into this that being able to really spend that time and do that training and have those conversations and lead by example is going to help minimize imposter syndrome's impact on everyone. Okay. Yes, there's a piece of are you tough enough or can you handle it in healthcare culture? A, that can go away, but B, we don't need to do that right off the bat. Right? People will sort themselves out in healthcare and find their niche that's best for them. Here's the other thing. We don't really need to focus on the imposter syndrome part. That's focusing on things outside of you. What we're going to do instead is focus on helping you build your confidence and helping you be deeply comfortable within you so that you know your values, your dreams and desires, how you want your practice to feel, and you have a clear vision of where you're headed. Once we do that, then imposter syndrome kind of going to phase itself out and really minimize its impact on what you are doing or on you taking action. But we don't need to eliminate it. The fact that you have a sense of imposter syndrome, to me, says that you are the perfect person for the job because you care. You care. You want to do a good job. In healthcare, this is a great trait for you to have. We don't want the arrogant, pompous, know-it-all boss. We don't want that person. We don't like that person. And on the other end of the spectrum, we don't want the person that's so wishy-washy and that doesn't have a backbone and that kind of says an idea. And then the second they talk to the next person, they change it. And the second they not talk to the next person, they change it. We don't want that either. We want somebody that wants to do a good job, that is inclusive of their team, that is talking to them and learning from them, that has a vision of where they're headed, of where they're going, what they want it to feel like, and that knows that they are there as a resource. Now, there's two different aspects to imposter syndrome in healthcare. And one is that it was easier for you to get to where you are than you thought it'd be. Or the other is that you have an attachment to the vision of what you thought it was supposed to look like or supposed to feel like for the other person or in that position, or what you would feel like in that position than you do. And you're not actually feeling that way right now. So these are the two categories that I see people kind of split into when we talk about imposter syndrome. One requires that you realize that the person that you had put on a pedestal, maybe you are comparing your everyday to their lifetime achievement. Or that maybe it was harder for them to get there than it is for you. Maybe you're better than them. Also, let's take a look at the vision you had of how it was supposed to feel or how you thought that it was going to feel being in that position. So let's take a look at those things. This is stuff we do at my workshops. We spend a lot more time with this. I don't have this time here. But let's take some time and do some personal reflection on those things. Okay. Once you've done that, we're going to come back to, if you were the perfect person, what would that job, what would that position, what would that place of impact look like? If you and who you actually are in your core, deep within you, your authentic self, if that was the perfect position for you, if you were the perfect person for the job, what would that look like? Some of that's real and some of that's not, right? Some of that we can bring into being tomorrow, and some of that either isn't in that place. It's just not going to happen. Cool. Let's set those things aside for now. Or maybe those become long-term goals, or maybe those become kind of an idea that you keep in the background. But let's look at that list. And what is the smallest thing that you can bring into being right now? And I want you to break this down, because otherwise, those of us that are high achieving, that really care, we want to make huge impact tomorrow. So what's the smallest thing that you can do right now to begin bringing what you desire for that role into being, making that role perfect for you? Okay, let's switch our thinking on it. Instead of, are you perfect for that role? Let's help that role be perfect for you. So it's the smallest thing that you can do today to begin bringing that into being. And then this we didn't spend time with here today. This is work that I spend a lot of time with on my clients, and things that we spend more time on in the workshops is helping you build your confidence in you, who you are, your vision, where you're headed, knowing your dreams, your desires, your goals, your full expression. I define leadership as empowering and unifying your team toward a common goal. And that common goal is how you want it to feel, right? This is where how you want it to feel matters. Okay. What's the smallest thing that you can do today to make that role perfect for you?